This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Hindu.
The Raja of the scam kingdom is back in town. Doesn't reveal much about his rendezvous with the CBI, but sources say the agency isn't too convinced.
I gave full cooperation to the CBI for investigation. I will give full cooperation to the investigation.
Another scamster facing the heat from the Chennai police, Lalit Modi, is summoned to the city by the first week of January. Relatives of a married couple rape and murder the illegitimate lover of their son-in-law. Police arrest the wife and 7 others. Who is an information minister to make a new quota? The CPI and the CPM slams the CMD is flouting of rules in shop allotment.
There are a lot of illegalities, procedural violations in allotment of orders.
இது ஒரு மிகப்பெரிய ஊழல், மிகப்பெரிய லஞ்சம், ஒரு பாரபட்சமானது.
There is an echo of support for Dr. Binayak Sin from his medical brethren at CMC Vellore. A signature campaign is on its way. In conversation with NDTV Hindu, Vijay Mallya spills the beans on the Royal Challengers pick next year.
Yeah, I can always buy them back in the auction.
From the racetracks to the real space, an athlete steps foot into the world of Kollywood. And from chocolate boy to the wax figure, Madhavan still manages to make the many hearts melt. Welcome to the news tonight on NDTV Hindu. I'm Evelyn Matthew. A quick look at the national headlines as well. Sushma Swaraj insists on a JPC, contradicting the PAC chairman, but Murali Manohar Joshi makes it clear he's determined to go ahead. As the countdown begins to the Telangana report, Justice Sri Krishna says he will submit his report by the 31st of December. And the other society scam continues to make many heads roll in the multi-crore scandal. More have been asked to put down their papers. Mulayam sings belly dancers at an annual festival, invites the opposition's ridicule, says he's losing touch with his socialist agenda. Well, we're just a few days away from the end of the year, but the end of the winter scam of the 2G spectrum is nowhere near, it seems. The former Telecom Minister A. Raja is back in town and has spoken about his sitting with the CBI, saying that he had offered cooperation from his side. The top investigating agency has already questioned him twice for almost 15 hours. With regard to the scam, it was the CAG's report that ultimately led to his resignation last month. Nationally, though, looks like the scams probe has been leading to a few cracks in the BJP. But for the moment, here's what Raja said today when he was here in the city.
I gave full cooperation to the CBI for investigation. I will give full cooperation to the investigation. I cannot reveal what happened between the investigative agency and myself during course of interrogation. It cannot be filed.
Meanwhile, senior BJP leader Murali Manohar Joshi, who heads the Public Accounts Committee, said that the committee was perfectly capable of probing. The party leader Sushma Swaraj slammed it meanwhile, saying the JPC had more teeth. The opposition is adamant on its demand for a JPC, even disrupting the entire winter session as it pressed for its demand, saying that the PAC wouldn't do. But just yesterday, Mr. Joshi made it clear that he was going ahead with his probe, thereby diluting the opposition's stand. As the battle becomes very public, Sushma Swaraj has now publicly contradicted PAC chairman Joshi, saying that the PAC had no power to summon a minister, let alone the Prime Minister, and so Dr. Singh's offer was meaningless. Meanwhile, 2010 may just have been the worst year for the former IPL Commissioner Lalit Modi as well. In latest developments in the controversies revolving around Mr. Modi, he and 6 others have been summoned to appear before the CCB here in Chennai in early January 2011 in a funds misappropriation case filed by the BCCI's secretary N. Srinivasan on behalf of the body. The criminal complaint was filed a few months ago with the city police and mentioned misappropriation of funds mainly in allotting media rights and free commercial rights, an overall charge of fraudulent practices to the tune of over 450 crore rupees. Just yesterday, the Bombay High Court refused to stay its single-bench order stalling the proceedings of the disciplinary committee of the Cricket Board, which is probing allegations of financial irregularities against Modi. It has been deferred till the 10th of January. Modi is currently staying in London.
We have issued summons, sent them by speed post to 7 people, including Lalit Modi, and we have given them dates in the first week to appear before the CCB.
Well, moving to news from the districts, and in Villupuram, a 20-year-old woman has been gang raped and murdered. The woman had an affair with a married man, and when the illicit affair came to light, 2 of his wife's family members had raped her. The woman had then lodged a complaint of rape with the police, and while investigations were on, she was tortured and murdered. Police have arrested 7 people, including the wife, in the case. Well, moving to the political state news, the heat is clearly on now. The main opposition in the state is pumping all the energy and hard work possible to give the ruling party a hard landing. AIADMK party members today launched scathing attacks at protests that were staged at A. Raja's home turf, Trichy and Perambalur. Amma has been saying that her aim through all this was to inform the rural population of the magnitude of the scam, and also demanded the dismissal of the DMK government in the regard. Jayalalitha had earlier hit out at the Save Raja campaign and the supposed truth about spectrum theory, which the DMK has been using to salvage Raja's reputation. Meanwhile, the ruling party's main ally here, the Congress, is busy at work ahead of a trying 2011. Amidst lots of pressure and speculation in the air, the president of the Tamil Nadu Congress Committee, K.V. Thangabalu, in a strong speech today, ruled out all speculation of an alliance formation with the AIADMK. But at the same time, added that the final decision on alliances lay with the party's high command alone. He reiterated that all efforts were on by the party's workers to raise the Congress party in power and make their presence felt right from the villages to the parliamentary levels.
அன்னை சோனியா காந்தி காட்டிய பாதையில் தமிழக காங்கிரஸ் நடைபோடுகிறது. அதை நிறைவேற்றுவதில் தமிழக காங்கிரஸ் தோழர்கள் உறுதியாக இருப்பார்கள். எங்கள் கூட்டணியை பொறுத்தவரையில் அது வலுவான கூட்டணி, வெற்றி கூட்டணி, அது தொடர்கிறது.
Now, NDTV Hindu brought you the story on a state minister who got himself into a tight spot by flouting rules in allotment of shops at Coimbatore after creating a new quota altogether. Now, the leaders of the left, both the CPM and the CPI in the state, have said that they would raise the issue in the upcoming session of the State Assembly. This is an NDTV Hindu impact.
இது ஒரு மிகப்பெரிய ஊழல், மிகப்பெரிய லஞ்சம், ஒரு பாரபட்சமானது, சமுதாயத்தினுடைய அரசாங்கத்தினுடைய சட்டதிட்டங்கள் எதுவுக்கும் கட்டுப்படாத ஒரு மோசடி மிகுந்த செயல். இதை கட்டாயம் நாங்கள் சட்டமன்றத்திற்கு எடுத்து செல்வோம். மக்கள் போராட்டத்தை துவக்குவோம். நியாயம் கிடைக்கிற வரையில் இந்த போராட்டத்திற்கான அடிப்படைகளை இந்திய கம்யூனிஸ்ட் கட்சியின் சார்பிலே நாங்கள் நடத்துவோம் என்பதை தெரிவிக்கிறோம்.
பெருநகர வளர்ச்சி குழுமத்தை பொறுத்தவரை விருப்ப உரிமை அடிப்படையில் கடைகள் ஒதுக்குவதற்கான விதிகள் என்பது உருவாக்கப்படாத சூழ்நிலையில் இதுபோன்ற கடைகளை மாநில அமைச்சர் ஒருவரே ஒதுக்கி கொடுத்திருப்பது முறைகேடான செயலாக இருக்கும் என்று நாங்கள் கருதுகிறோம். ஆகவே அந்த ஒதுக்கீடுகள் ரத்து செய்யப்பட்டு உண்மையான வியாபாரிகளுக்கு அந்த கடை என்பது ஒதுக்கி கொடுக்கப்பட வேண்டும் என்று வலியுறுத்துகிறோம். நடைபெறக்கூடிய கவர்னர் உரைக்காக நடைபெறக்கூடிய தமிழ்நாடு சட்டப்பேரவை கூட்டத்தொடரில் இந்த பிரச்சனைகள் சம்பந்தமாக மார்க்சிஸ்ட் கம்யூனிஸ்ட் கட்சி கேள்விகளை எழுப்பும்.
Well, coming up on the news tonight, which one is it going to be, the googly or the need for speed? Find out which of these tugs at Dr. Malia's heart when we come back. Also, they may be actors, but no act this one. The Vijay Kumars fight it out at the Chennai airport.